everybody, it's Voxel Twig here, and we are getting ready to get started on episode 3 of Sky Factory 3. Today, didn't really do anything in between episodes, except I made a stone broadsword, did that here over at the table. I went ahead and made it with a wooden handle, and then a stone wide guard and stone blade. That's because the next step here is to make a dark room 25 blocks away from my base for spawning mobs and obtaining loot. Now, it says make a dark room, and then on the next page it says we can upgrade our mob farm to kill monsters automatically. Now, that is great, and I definitely think that's something we're going to want to do later in the game, but for right now, I think what I want to do is make, probably over that direction, a classic mob dropper. And drop them, I believe, 22 blocks, because if they fall 23, they're dead. So if we make it 22 tall, they'll hit the ground with about half a heart or 1 heart, and then we can just hit them, and that'll let us get all their loot and experience. If they just die, we don't get anything except loot. We want that experience. Later on, we can automate that to, collect the loot, maybe collect the experience. But for now, I'm thinking we're just going to make the dropper and skip the automatically killing them part until we have a way to really store everything that they're going to drop. So, to get started, I did let the server run for a little bit so we can get some cobblestone to get this thing up and running. So we're going to take some wood, and we're going to make our platform out there. And then we're going to take, that seems like a good amount. And we're going to go ahead and make some of these guys. And actually what we should do is we should also make ourselves a pickaxe, because we are not the people who don't ever make mistakes. So we're going to want that. So you can see this process in action again. Oh, shit, taking that out. So what we're going to want is we're going to want a tool rod pattern. And we're going to make it the same way we made our hatchet. We're going to make it with a wooden tool rod, and then we're going to go pickaxe, that out of stone, and then the binding, let's make it out of wood too. And I'll come over here. Should be able to pickaxe, head, shaft, binding, and now we have our stone pickaxe. And we should be good to go. Perfect. And then let's run back, because once we are up there and we start building this thing, we are going to really want, we're going to need torches. Let's cook half that, and while that cooks we can get started, because we're going to need torches to light it all up. Let's go. Ooh, up. And there we go. Game lagged a little bit, and I have fallen to my death. So, now we know that is where I died, and we have to get down there, because that's where all our stuff is. Luckily, we have a plan. Let's get a bucket, get some water, and put that down. And that's why we always want to not make it 1 wide, because the exact reason I said not to do it is exactly what happened here. So let's go ahead and drop down. Hopefully that's not right on my grave. Might be. If it is, we're in trouble. It is. Alright. Oh, this is a mistake. Oh, we made a mistake. Oh, we made a mistake. We gotta go back up. Ow. Who's this guy? Oh, who's this guy? Where'd you come from? I think F7? Yeah, F7 can shows us all the blocks where mobs can spawn. Yellow is okay, but this yellow whole block, because everything we have is half block, so they won't spawn, but that one block right there is a solid full block, so they would spawn there. Like, they can't spawn on top of water. There we go. So if I put it right here, should be good and not hit it. So, here we go. This is it. Rescue mission. Alright, now we just break our grave. Got all our stuff back. Everything. Right back where it was in the inventory too, so that's nice. M, remove waypoint. I'm trying to be careful, but if you're a little bit more carefree, you might fall pretty frequently. So you're going to want to bind that map key just to make sure that, you know, your waypoints and everything don't clutter everything, because it can get carried away real fast and then you'll just have waypoints everywhere. Alright, so that's done. Let's get this. So you put these like this. So block, 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 block. So what I'm thinking is if I do this, nope, it's not gonna be tall enough, because what I want is I want to have one block right here, like this. Where'd that torch go? Did that torch just vanish? It did. So what I want is if I walk up right here, and then like this, I can hit them like this. Whack, 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 whack. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. So that and that. Yeah, and then if actually probably get rid of these. Yep. And then if I come up like this, I'll be able to hit them and collect the loot. Just like that. And what I'll end up doing is I'm going to build up the 22 blocks, and then I'm going to make it probably just four arms of the mob dropper. Just standard mob dropper. And then cover it all. So, this should be 22 tall. So what we'll do is, we can see on our coordinates, let's see, in our top right here under the map, we are at Y83. So what we'll do is we'll put a torch down so something spawns up here, and then we're going to go down and make sure that it is 22 tall before we start building the arms, and then we'll probably make some ladders to get back up. So let's go. So this is 83, so when we get to the bottom it should be 71. Or 61. It is 59. So that is too tall. But that's okay. Let's go up. I like the sound effects that they added. Oh, uh-oh. So 82 to 59. Come on, everybody, quick math. 23. So that means that we are 1, 2 tall. But just in case our math's wrong, we're going to go down 2. Because at the end of the day, whether they fall 21 or 22, it won't be the end of the world. They should still die in one hit. And we have our Tinker's Sword, so that means we can level it up, add modifiers, some crazy stuff. I mean, you can add modifiers to increase the damage, increase the speed. You can add looting to it without having to actually enchant it. All kinds of great stuff. Alright, so this is where we're going to go. And now we're just going to get to work on going out. And I will see you once we get the arm done. Alright, so now, should just be able to fill this in. So now we have our platform. So basically, once we put the roof on, we'll fill these channels with water. And what that'll do is that all the mobs will spawn on these big square platforms, walk into the water, and then fall down, theoretically. And what we'll do is Ender orbs are going to be important for a lot of things, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not going to make it 3 tall. I don't want this to spawn Enderman, just because the last thing I need is for an Enderman to spawn up here and pick up my block and break the whole thing. So we'll figure out another way to get Enderman, but for now, we're just going to make it 2 tall, so everything except Enderman will be able to spawn in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get these walls up, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so we got the walls in. And so now what we're going to do is, before we put the roof up, we're just going to go ahead and put the water down. That way, if anybody decides to spawn while we're working, as we start the roof, they'll just immediately fall down. And this needs to get blocked off. Is that going to go right down that hole? No, it won't. Perfect. So we have a way out. And break this. And there you have it. Alright. So, now, we should just be able to go ahead and start filling this roof in. Put this up here. This gets it lit up. Nothing will spawn up here, and down we go. And if we did it right, mobs just start spawning. Well, let's go put all our stuff away. That's broken anyway. Toss that. Now we wait and see if it works the way we want it to. I hope it does. And it looks like we already have our first customers. What are you? Zombies. So it's definitely working. I think some of them are definitely dying on impact because they're falling from the platform, not into the water first. But that's okay. What the heck was that? This man just told me to take it easy. So yeah, so now we have our mob dropper. We can come around here, collect all our loot. And then what we can do is once we have Tinkers up and running and we have a way to get iron, we can put hoppers here. So they'll land on the hoppers go into the chest, and we can just collect right out of the chest without having to run around and gather all these items. And then we just collect all the XP. That was bad. We gotta go. That was not good. That was bad, 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 bad. Gotta get cobblestone slabs. Gotta work fast because they are angry. No. Oh no. No. Oh god. Worst. The worst. Do have to be careful with the creepers, it looks like. So I guess what we could do is we could make the bottom cobble, or we can make the bottom obsidian, and then that would stop what just happened from happening. But for now, I think that is good for today's episode. Once we get my stuff back, I'll probably do that off camera, check that off, and then move on to the next step in the next video.